Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Andy Media TV, welcoming you on issues trending around the globe. Over the years, Nigeria have series of challenges going on within their government-owned refineries. These four key refineries owned by the government have been moribund for a quite number of years right now. And government have kind of expended huge sums of money in the name of turnaround maintenance of these refineries. Despite all that, the refinery is yet to supply any refined product. It was on record that the government has spent over 11 trillion naira for the past 10 years trying to fix this refinery. And at the end of the day, no supply of refined product comes out of these four refineries. Even recently, they borrowed about $1.5 billion trying to fix the refinery. And the government have consistently issued deadline when these refineries will come on stream. 7 times they have missed the deadlines. An oil producing country has no functional refinery. The refineries in questions were built years ago. Since 1999 that democracy came into place, the federal government has never built one refinery. And oil is the mainstay of the economy. It's their main source of revenue as a country. But the government prefer to export crude to foreign refineries, refine those crudes, and bring them back as refined products for the citizens. Most cases, I sit down and think about what goes on in the country, and I always come to the conclusion that those running the country, they don't have the interest of the citizen at heart. Because I can't understand the reason why a country will produce crude in its own country, export it to another country, to refine it in that country, you pay transportation, you pay cost of refining, you again ship it back and pay the same, custom duties, freight, transportation, and what have you to bring it back as a refined product. And don't forget that crude oil has so many components. You got bitumen, you got aviation fuel in it, you got diesel, you got kerosene, you got all kinds of products are embedded in a crude. So when they refine all these things, what happened to other components? Because they only bring in, fuel or maybe diesel. And what else? All those other byproducts gone down the drain. Nobody accounts for them. They only supply the diesel, the petrol, probably the aviation fuel, or maybe the kerosene. Then these are just four out of numerous byproducts in crude oil. Nobody accounts for those ones. Even the four components, unquote, that they bring in, they can't even account for it. They pay subsidy. The subsidy regime has been under secrecy. Nobody knows what is happening. Nobody understands the subsidy regime. No, it has been like an occultic kingdom that nobody knows what goes on there. We have had cases people does not import anything, they collect subsidy in the name that they imported. They know how they do their documentation with the ministry that handles that, the finance ministry and the rest of them. So all these things have been playing along for quite some years. So the corruption in the oil sector is something that I can, if I recall, the owner of the Dangote Group said that the cabal in the oil sector is more than anything you can think of. So when you look at all this kind of statement made by him, he's going to tell you what he's encountering within the oil and gas sector. Now, the refinery that the country was unable to build, one man expended $20 billion to build that refinery. What did he get in return? Backbiting. They are fighting him because the refinery will end the subsidy regime through which they steal billions, because the refinery will bring out the actual consumption of fuel in the country. All right? Because the refinery will expose a lot of stuff that they do that citizens don't know about. That's why they were fighting that, but even the regulatory agency will come out on air to say that his products are substandard, it contains high sulfur. This guy exports his product out of the country, and it was one of the best products so far compared to the trash they import into the country. I know what happens to our cars, putting all this, dirty fuel they bring in. Before you drive from point A to point B, your fuel will just be showing reserve. It just evaporates. So, but this guy invested in our own country, and what is he getting in return? Corruption fighting him back for doing what is right, for doing what is good for his nation. Most of them in power, they loot the treasury, takes the money out of the country, buy houses abroad, invest in abroad, build refinery in Malta, where they take the crude to refine and bring back and pay themselves subsidy, and it doesn't benefit anybody. They create job in other countries, but they don't create job in their own country with diluted funds. But this man built that refinery, created job opportunity, and then trying to solve the endemic problem of Nigeria, which is petroleum products. But they are fighting him at all fronts. But I know he will prevail. It's a matter of time. So they don't care about the citizens. If they really care about the citizens, they would have been so happy that this guy has built this refinery to solve the numerous challenges that we have. When they pay subsidy or they export this crude, import it back, they are spending billions of dollars. With the refinery Dangote has built, those foreign exchange that they filter away will remain in the country. But they are not seeing it from that perspective. They are seeing it that this guy has come to take food from their mouth. And that is why they are fighting him with all they got to ensure that that refinery doesn't take off. But I bet you they are bound to fail. Dangote is a businessman. He knows what to do. And I know he's going to do what he needs to do. Till date, nobody knows the number of consumption, the amount of fuel consumed in the country per day. Nobody knows. They give you estimation to justify the billions they always pay themselves as subsidy. So this is what Dangote Refinery going to bring out, because they document every truck and the liters of fuel they take from their refinery. So with that, they can be able to track down the consumption of the country, and then we will know the truth. It's a matter of time. The truth will prevail. However, I just want to narrow down the issue of the 4 refineries that government has been spending billions of dollars in the name of turnaround maintenance. Let us see how corruption has affected the oil and gas sector. Let's see how corruption has impacted on those 4 refineries being functional. And the question remains, all the money that has been spent in turnaround maintenance, where have they gone to? Nobody is checking. Nobody is tracking all this stuff. Nobody is arresting anybody. Nothing. The GMD NNPC is still there. Why? God knows. Those responsible for this refinery to function, they are still holding their jobs. In fact, the president is the Minister of Petroleum. He's not been fired. He's still there. And the refinery has missed 7 deadlines when it's supposed to commence operation. Meanwhile, let's take a listen at this video, and then we'll be right back to analyze the information in this video. Let's take a look. We'll be right back.
It's October. Yet again, another deadline fixed for the Port Harcourt refinery to restart production has passed, with no sign of its beginning operation. This is the 7th time the scheduled expected recommencement of production has failed to materialize, the last one being slated for September 2024. In 2019, NNPCL Limited, the entity in charge of all the government refineries, had promised that it would deliver all the country's 4 refineries before the end of the tenure of the then President Muhammadu Buhari. Now, in March 2021, a $1.5 billion loan was acquired by the Nigerian government for the renovation and modernization of the refinery, which attracted criticism from different quarters. The Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, had also assured Nigerians that the rehabilitated Port Harcourt refinery would commence operations at an interactive session with the Senate. According to estimates, the Nigerian government has spent over 11 trillion naira in the past 10 years on fixing the country's refineries. In another development, the nation has been promised that by the 1st of October, NNPCL Limited will commence the daily supply of 385,000 barrels of crude to the Dangote refinery to be paid for in Naira. For now, that is yet to begin.
All right, welcome back. You've listened to the commentary on this video to see what we are talking about, to see how bad the system has become, to see that for a decade, government has spent 11 trillion naira in the name of turnaround maintenance. And this refineries in question has not produced 1 liter of fuel, despite spending 11 trillion. The most recent, under Buhari's administration, 1.5 billion was taken as a loan to fix these refineries. Who is going to pay that loan? Me and you. Was the refinery working? No. Where's the 1.5 billion? Gone. The $1.5 billion is gone. The refinery is not working. Where is EFCC? This is financial crime. It is. Money was spent for something in return. We didn't see what it is in return. Where is ICPC? So you see, for me, I think that these institutions we depend upon has failed totally. They have totally failed us. So it's now our responsibilities as citizens to do the job. Let's not be there thinking, oh, EFCC is there, ICPC is there, police is there, all that. No, they are not there. They are not. Let's be realistic. Because you can't tell me that an agency of government missed deadline 7 times and the chief executive is still there. He's not fired. And those people responsible for the refinery, for the turnaround maintenance of this refinery, are still there. And the company that got this contract is not already on trial. I mean, what are we talking about? You can't change deadline 7 times and you are still holding the contract. That shows you how unserious the government is. That shows you how unserious we are as a nation. Things that citizens are supposed to carry placard, citizens are supposed to fight against, they don't. But when it comes to ethnicity, tribe, religion, you will see them fighting, doing riots, killing people for that. Something that doesn't benefit them. The people you are fighting for are there in government, looting for their families, not for you. They don't care about you. They don't give a damn about you. They don't care how you feel. They don't care how much you buy fuel. Just recently, the minimum wage issue came up and they had series of negotiations and they agreed with labor that they are not going to increase fuel price, that the minimum wage is going to be at 70,000 and all that. And labor agreed since fuel price will remain as it is, like 600, 700 or thereabout, about 800 naira at most, But what happened? Shortly after the thing was signed into law, fuel price was changed. Now it's officially 1,030 naira by NNPCL filling stations. In some places, you buy 1,300, and minimum wage is 70,000. I've had people say they fill their tank with 97,000, almost 100,000, which is even more than the minimum wage somebody collects in a month to use it to fill a tank for a day. That will take you maybe a week max. So let's be realistic with issues here. Everybody should be on minimum wage, if that is it, so that they will feel the heat. They are there in the National Assembly collecting billions. They are there collecting money in the name of constituency projects. They are there collecting SUVs worth 160, 140 million per person. They are there collecting allowances, 21 million naira per month, and another person is collecting 70,000 per month, and they buy products from the same market. The same supermarket, the same open market, the same where they buy chicken, these people buy chicken. The same where they buy fish, these people buy fish. And look at the disparity in income. And what is their job? To make laws, to do oversight, to do appropriation. That's their 3 jobs, basically. And they are catching out in this order. We really need to wake up because it's not really making sense. Nigerians deserve to be paid better, as far as I'm concerned. Look at what is going on in the refinery. And we all know that energy is the driver of every economy. Once the cost of energy is high, everything in the economy will be high. It's as simple as that. And that is the reason why in all developed countries, they subsidize energy. They find a way to subsidize energy because it's a catalyst. But in Nigeria, it's a different ballgame. Now tell me, when a manufacturer buys diesel at over 1,000 naira per liter, because there's no power, there's no public power, and they run this diesel for the whole day to produce a product, how much do you think you're going to sell the product? And what is the purchasing power of the people to buy them? That's why many of them going to close down soon. Job losses going to loom soon. There'll be job losses, which means high level of insecurity at the end, because people must survive. They must find a way to survive. So what exactly is the function of government? They said it's to care for the welfare of the citizens, secure their lives and property. So in the area of welfare of the citizen, does government policy show that they are interested in taking care of the citizen? I don't think so. I don't think so. The other day, the wife of the president was like, oh, it's not my husband that caused hardship and all that. Man, your husband wasn't the hardship. Buhari created that hardship. Your husband, the present administration wasn't the situation by floating the naira, by taking off subsidy without any provision for palliative or or any alternative on how to cushion the impact, right? Because subsidy on power, so everything went to the roof. Everything. The Bible said the word of a king is with power. That very day, and now subsidy is gone. It was power, and Nigeria turned upside down immediately. So that is the problem. So we really need to understand that those people responsible for turnaround maintenance of these 4 refineries by now supposed to have lost their job, number one. Number two, they're supposed to be under probe. Number three, those who are culpable supposed to have been in prison by now. The company that received this contract is supposed to be under probe. That is what it should be. There was no action. Probably money has exchanged hands from the top level, and that was it. They will close eyes as if they don't know what is happening. If in fact, the National Assembly is supposed to summon, supposed to issue a warrant on the GMD because he lied to the Congress. He lied to the National Assembly that the refinery will kickstart on so in October 2nd or thereabout, which never came to be. Nobody even knows when it's going to happen. You borrowed $1.5 billion on our behalf, and no accountability. The refinery is not working. We don't know where the money is. We can't see product from those refineries. And they are shouting that Dangote will be a monopoly. It's so funny. What you can't do, somebody did. You are talking about monopoly. Make your own to work. Make your own to function. Support others to build more. That's how to break monopoly. They also want to frustrate the Dangote refinery so that they will continue to import from their Malta refinery, where they have paid themselves over $2 billion as subsidy. The records are there. So they don't care about the nation. They don't care about the citizen. All they care is about their own pockets. How to fill it in, how to acquire everything they can acquire globally, and create offshore accounts and build life for their children. Others can go to hell. Every minute they run abroad for medical care. Why can't they build a qualitative hospital like the one they go abroad to? Is it that we don't have money for that? We do, but they don't care. People die for just malaria. They just die for malaria. But when they cough, they travel abroad for checkup. So these are part of the problems. Why can't our four refinery function despite all the funds that have been expended in this refinery? 11 trillion in 10 years and nothing to show. Nothing to show. And nobody is arrested, nobody is prosecuted, nothing is happening. And we say we're a nation that is serious. We are not serious. So if it is for the interest of the nation, they must ensure that the refinery works so they will stop importation, which they know takes away bulks of our foreign reserve. As a nation, we have $34 billion or thereabout. As a nation, a whole nation. But few individuals stole crude and kept 60 billion in the US. Yes. So when we analyze all these situations, we feel pained. And today, look at the economy of Nigeria. Nothing will gonna come down. Anybody that is thinking that anything will change, I'm sorry, it will not. As far as the energy price is stay high, that nothing is gonna come down. Because anybody who buy product to sell, you're gonna transport it, you pay. We don't have rail line that can transport goods from one location to another. We still use trucks. So the cost of transporting it will be high. And the factor in, I saw someone saying that the container used to clear 4 million. He cleared it with, is it 21 million? But anyways, whatever they do is none of his problem. Whatever cost is spent to get this product into the country, they will factor it into the price of the product. The consumer pays for that. That's what it is. So whatever they are doing, it is just the common man that pays the price, basically. The common man. So I see no reason why government will not subsidize energy. I see no reason why government will not provide alternative if they have taken off subsidy. I see no reason why they will not unveil that subsidy regime for citizens to know what transpired. It is their money you guys are spending. Why would they know what transpired under the subsidy regime? Why is it covered in secrecy? Why? Because they know what they do. They know, they understand what they do. What is even the subsidy? How much? How many liters are we consuming? Who knows? Nobody. Everything is estimation. And nobody cares. For years, nobody cared to sit down and find out the real, consumption. No. So you can see from the video, you can see everything. I can't see someone that has a private company and the employee missed deadline not once, not twice, but 7 times, and that employee is still returning his job. I've not seen what happened. Even in your home, if your cook miss deadline 7, you will fire the person. The first 2 times, first one warning, second one he failed, the third one is gone. But in Nigeria, people miss deadline 7 times, they are still retaining their position. It's ridiculous, very unfortunate. So now you see why we are where we are. So it's unfortunate we get crude in our land. It was sold to the refinery. Even the one they say they are selling in Naira to the refinery has not even commenced, and it's supposed to start October 1st or thereabout. So what are we even talking about? The country is not serious. Leadership is not serious. They don't do jack. They just live a lifestyle of big manism. Why the citizens suffer and they ask them to tighten their belt. Why their own is loose. They enjoy life at the expense of the citizens. But the citizens love to wake up. You can see election has consequences. When you are choosing tribe, choosing religion, choosing ethnicity over competence, capacity, and character, that's the price you pay. It's the price you pay. So if your senses will reset with this hardship in 2027, you guys should make a better choice and fight every oppression, every hijack of the electoral body and this electoral system. That's the only way you can come out of this. Imagine 8 years of this administration with the way things are going. I don't know how it's going to end up. But it's not palatable. Even for those of us in the diaspora, we don't have peace of mind anymore. 1 minute your phone will ring, you get message, send money, do this. It's crazy because people can even hardly eat. It's crazy. So it's also affecting us. So I don't know, but to me, I think it's disheartening with what is happening. After all the money expended in this refinery, nothing happened and nobody is held accountable. That is the worst. You can't do that in America. You spend this money, nothing to show. Forget it. You end up in jail. It's very simple. But here in Nigeria, no accountability. Nothing. That's why people contest, do all kinds of things to enter power. Because once you enter, you make it. And nobody cares. So go to my comment section and make your comment over there. I'm going to respond to it. And if you are new to my channel, subscribe to my channel. I need your subscription to grow my channel. And then put on your notifications so that when my next new video comes up, you will be notified. All right. And I appreciate you for taking your time to go through this video. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. I'm signing out. See ya.